Hello physical fiends, here is a quick roundup of some new physical announcements for the Nintendo Switch. I plan on doing this on an irregular basis, like if something takes my fancy or there are some big or numerous announcements. Pre-order links are below if you want to support me, I greatly appreciate it. This is only retail stuff, any low print releases will be duly mentioned in Switch Watchers video every Monday. Morbid Lords of Ire is a sequel to Morbid, the Seven Acolytes. Interestingly, the first game did get a physical release on the Switch, but only in Europe. There was no North American release, but thankfully, this one is confirmed to have a North American release and is out in May. The first game was decidedly a bit of a hidden gem on the system, and I have high hopes for this one. It's now got a fancy new camera angle. Sea of Stars Western Physical is finally available for pre-order, and there are two versions available. There's the fancy I Am 8-bit version, as well as the standard retail release. This is great if you missed out on the Japanese release, which I still prefer the artwork for, and that came with some nice bonus goodies for a great price. But either way, this is an incredible game that everyone should own if they like classic RPGs. Risk System is a new shooter physical from VGNY. You can get it on their website if you're in North America, but international collectors will want to get from their distribution partner, VGP. I'll be the first to admit it's not the most exhilarating of shooter physicals we've had, especially in comparison to some of the recent bangers that have been announced, but I like the cell shading art for this one. It's very accessible. In fact, it doesn't even have a live system, which sounds good for noobs such as myself, and it's supposedly very solid. Ace Combat 7 Skies Unknown was a surprise recent announcement. I was really shocked to see this get a random port to the Switch. It's definitely getting a physical release too. I haven't played the Ace Combat series since like the PS1, so I'm eager to see how this holds up on the Switch. Mr. Run and Jump and Kombinera is getting a physical release in Europe that we know of, thanks to Numskull Games. This is a double pack of Atari games of the indie variety. Mr. Run and Jump is one of those die 1,000 times platformers, like the letter V 6 times, and Kombinera is a game where you control multiple colored balls at once to solve puzzles. Thrilling. Individually, I couldn't see these getting a physical release, but this as a double pack seems like a nice option. Xuan Yuan Sword, Mist Beyond the Mountain isn't exactly a new announcement. I made a fuss about it a few weeks ago, but I'm so excited I have to mention it here. It's getting a physical release in North America thanks to Serenity Forge. There's a standard edition as well as a gorgeous looking collector's edition. This is a classic Asian RPG that came into English for the first time recently. It's like pre-2000s and I fell in love with it when I released digitally a few months back. It may not be a looker, but it's got that classic RPG charm to it that really stuck with me. I hope this is successful and I hope we get more games in the series. Abathor is getting a European physical release via Tessura Games. The game hasn't actually released yet, so we don't know if it's good or not, but still, the trailer indicates it's a retro-style action game that's arcadey in its nature with 4 players at a time. Could be fun, only a European release so far, and probably ever. Gift is getting a physical release in Japan with English. This is a quirky looking platformer, rather appealing on the eyes. It's about escaping a sinking ship, but there's something rather surreal about it that's giving me vibes of like Little Nightmares, but not so horror-like. Maybe there will be a Western physical, but nothing has been announced as of yet. It's releasing in Japan in May, and it's got a super cheap price. Library of Ruina is a fascinating looking game that's getting a physical release in Japan in April. It has English, and it's an incredibly highly rated game. Game full of content. You can spend hundreds of hours on this. It has RPG aspects, but it's wrapped in a dice and cards gameplay. Quite tough, but I'm told it's one of the best experiences you can have if you enjoyed this sort of gameplay. No word on a Western physical. Mom Hid My Game Collection is a cute little collection of indie games that popped up in the early years on the Switch. This contains 4 games in one affordable cartridge: Mom Hid My Game 1 and 2, Hide and Dance, and My Brother Ate My Pudding. Gotta be honest, never heard of the latter 2, but I'm sure they're as quirky as the others. Good price for a 4-pack collection. Livestream 2 is another one that was announced a little back, but I've never brought it up before, so yeah, this is a sequel to Livestream, which was an import exclusive that's almost always sold out. Well, this is also an import exclusive as far as we know, but it will have English, more horror, more fan service. I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully it also means a reprint for the first game. And there we have it, a quick bunch of recent physical announcements. If you want to purchase them, consider using the links below. That really does help support me. The Western retail has VGP links. Those imports are for Play Asia. Don't forget our discount code SWTV, which is also in the description if you didn't just hear what I said. Have a good day, guys.